Melissa Bartlett. And your boy, Kerry Bixby. It's your show. So tell us what you want to talk about. It's that The Round Table Podcast Show.
Well, I declare, look at there. Man, man,
Yes.
it's been a while. It's been a while. What's going on, people? It
Yes.
is the People's Podcast Show.
Right
Ah,
back in the flesh.
yes, man. I'm gonna tell you, and I know people probably have gotten on right now, and they're like, "Wait a minute, y'all done did it again." Yes, we have. It's always something different and something special with us, man. I'm telling you. Shouts out to our sis Melissa as she does her thing. I'm telling you, when God is in the blessing business, I tell you, He opens doors, and He has opened one for her. So
Absolutely.
she's not gone. She's doing some things right now that is definitely going to enhance and bless others with the gift that she has. So
No doubt. No doubt.
yes, indeed, yes,
We'll
indeed.
do our best to try to fill in some of her role as well. Good luck
Yeah,
in that endeavor as well, Melissa.
yeah, man. It's hard, and it's interesting, y'all. And we're not going to disclose any additional information because we're planning for some bigger and better things for 2022 with myself, with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Adrian Biddle, aka A Money, as well as Miss Melissa Pitbull in the dress Bartlett. So stay
Yes.
tuned. We got some things that are about to happen. So just bear with us as we fine tune some things. You gotta kind of fine
Mm-hmm.
tune it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Got to.
about to be good. But man, what's going on, A-Man?
Whew, man. Just life, my brother. Just life, man. Trying to get used to the rigmarole of work life again. I've been blessed had to have the availability to work from home most of the time
Mm-hmm.
during the COVID and everything. So this week is our first week back
Mm,
in a full capacity at a job. So
okay.
um, to say it's been a little bit of a adjustment, but other than that, man, I'm just happy, to be happily employed and above ground with the rest of my family and friends and loved ones. So other than that, man, it's all good. How about on your end, CD?
Man, about the same, about the same. Just trying to make some things happen on this side and such. Been trying to play around with a couple of things. Shouts out to there's a couple of people that actually helped me as I get adjusted. Helped me with the new intro, with the music and everything like that. So shouts out to them. Um,
Hmm.
Looking kind of rough today because I'm trying to grow my beard back, my goatee and full beard back. So, hey y'all, I'm sorry, I'm not shaving until I get it done. Uh, but yeah, everything is everything, man. You know how it is. Life is interesting.
Hmm.
We go through challenges. Our family has gone through a couple of challenges the past 2.5 weeks. Still going through a season right now. But to God be the glory because we're gonna make it through it, and everything's
Absolutely.
gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be
Absolutely.
fine. Speaking into existence.
There you go. Prayers still going up and out for y'all. You all.
Thank you. Appreciate that,
Hmm.
man. But
Hmm.
tonight it was interesting because I got a chance to watch you guys last week, and people, let me tell you, if you ever get a chance to watch this show, um, it's a whole lot different than when you're sitting behind the scenes. So I got the opportunity, one of the rare opportunities to kind of like just sit and watch as a guest and not participate. And I'm gonna tell you, it blessed me to watch these two go at it with the what you talking about Wednesday, and I learn something new each and every time when I watch these two people, my brother and my sister. To the point in which I had to say, you know what, I want some of that. I want to have what you talking about. So
Come on back in. Come on back in.
that's what we got going on right now tonight on At the Roundtable Podcast Show. It's another What You Talking About Wednesday, the Brothers Edition. So
There you go.
I'm putting it out there to any brothers that are watching this right now and sisters, but I'm giving opportunity to brothers to kind of like chime in as well because the sisters always do. I want you
Hmm.
guys to chime in, throw a topic out there right now for us to talk about. Any and everything is at the table. I've got some topics myself, but I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna let y'all throw it out there first, as well as my brother A Money, because I'm telling you, he blessed me last week when I got a chance to listen to him pontificate
There you go.
on a couple of things. Yes,
That's all right there. Yeah,
yeah,
this
man.
is one of my favorite shows whenever we do what you talking about Wednesdays. I think the viewers thoroughly, well, not our family thoroughly enjoyed it as well because they as you would put it, as we give you the monitors of stirring the drink, our family was certainly helping us to do that in your absence last week. So these are again topics that's off the cuff, stuff that may not have would be generally talked about, just everyday life things or anything that you just want to get off your chest. This is the open forum to do so.
Yeah, but let me tell you, and again, guys, family. Uh, it was interesting because as I was watching it, A Money did the same thing that I would do whenever I would hear from our sis. Um, I can never say the word. And when he did it, I sympathized with you, bro. I was just like, yes, yes, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like,
No, no, you're not.
how did it go again? It was like, Fram, Framily? Is that it? Fram,
Family,
Framily.
family, yes.
Framily. Okay. So I was
But
just
if we
like,
get it wrong, you can best be sure Charlie will correct us on it.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, man, there's our brother. What's going on, Trav Perry?
Hey,
My
Trav,
man, Trav. What's
what's
going
up,
on?
man? What's up?
Shouts out to him, man.
Yes,
Trav hit
sir.
me up, man, and man, every time I talk to Trav, it is enlightening. It is one of those discussions that when you walk away, and family, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you don't know him, if you ever get a chance to sit and talk to this brother, when you walk away, if you were down, you will be energized. If you were sad, you're gonna be running down the street happy, and you
Hmm.
are going to feel a whole lot better about yourself. So shout out to Trav.
No doubt.
Every time he always, man, it's just something about that brother.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
man, uh oh, the call has come out. Hey, my brother, what's going on, Tuck? Mr. Anthony Craig,
What's up, man?
the other man, the myth, the legend. That's my cousin right there. Phenomenal artist and such. We got to get together. Him and I. We're getting ready to shameless plug. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out here if you don't mind,
Hmm.
because it's the brothers editions of what you're talking about Wednesday.
Hmm.
He and I have been doing some behind the scenes stuff. Really getting involved in our gift. A lot of people, if you don't know, if you haven't seen, I've been posting some pieces. I used to be a very fluid artist back in the day, getting ready to do it now. And really, Anthony, aka Tuck, has been the one that really encouraged me to really get into it. He does it as well. His queen does it as well. So stay tuned because we're about to drop a pop up shop in which we're going to have an art showing. In which each one of the we're going to have different artists. We're going to bring our works and we're going to just let people really take a look at them, really see them, hear our interpretations. And here's the thing: a lot of people saying with the holidays coming, and a lot of those trailers and stuff are still stuck on those ships out there in the water in the various
Hmm.
ports. You've got gifts available. There's a plethora of artists that are around right now in different mediums that you could buy gifts from to gift others. So I'm just gonna throw it out there. If you need a gift, there's a lot of people out there. You can go on Facebook, you can go on Spotify, uh, uh, different areas and stuff. There's a lot of artists. I'm shouting out the artists right now because it's a gift that needs to be given. So
No doubt. Why don't you I had the opportunity to take a look at a couple of your pieces, man, and they are dope. Why don't you go ahead and drop your social media um information so our family can go and check it out.
oh man, okay, so the I came up with the name real quick, and it was funny when I did it, but it was kind of like a play on what I used to do. It's called CD Digsby. Oh, excuse me, C Digsby does art. That's what it is. C Digsby does art. Again, it was done real quick, and it kind of like took off on Instagram and Facebook. A lot of people been going and liking. If you get a chance, go check it out. C Digsby does art, and there is actually a contest that's going on right now on the social media. that I'm doing, which I'm about to give away a piece of art. If you go on there, if you like it, if you like the page, if you share the page, and then if you go and bless somebody in a positive way by means of a positive word, if you can do that, I will be auctioning off a piece to give away to one person.
Oh man, can't
Yeah,
beat that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I got another thing that's about to happen with a partnership with a nonprofit organization. I'm not going to announce it, who it is and stuff yet once we finalize the details. But when I do, that's going to be amazing as well because I'm not going to say anymore, but it's going to be really cool. Y'all going to be like, what? And they're going to be like, what? And the recipient is going to be like, what? So stay tuned in regards to that.
Hey, congratulations on that, man. Like I said, I was in awe of being able to see some of those pieces, man. I didn't know you were so talented with that. I was showing my wife. She said, "Whoa, Carrie, Carrie did that." I said, "Yeah, check these out." Dang, he is talented. So yeah, so you have the social media information. So family, if you have the opportunity, please, please, please go in and check it out. I know I'm planning on getting me a piece, one of those pieces very soon myself. So
Oh,
yeah,
man.
those things are dope.
Hey, if you got an idea of one, you know what? I would love to be able to do something for you guys that's specific, that is unique, that is by you from your spirit. I would definitely do. I love doing pieces like that for people. Many times they give me an idea or a color or conception or whatever sort, and I love to put paint to canvas regarding that.
Okay.
So that definitely is going to be something uh, we definitely going to work on. Keith, what's going on, man?
KB, what is
KB,
going on with you, bruh?
the brothers are coming in.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We love our sisters too. They can join in too, but yeah,
Yeah,
this is
come
the
on,
brothers
man.
edition right here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because, and the reason why I even came up with this is because I saw something that was a bit distressing to me on social media regarding um, why brothers don't pay child support. And it just seemed like as soon as that was posted, I seen so many sisters comment and chime in as far as why they don't pay child support. And yeah, that's true, girl. And it was just like, it put me in the mind of the Salem witch trials. As soon as you find that one, oh, everybody coming in. They got the pitchforks and they got the fire and they ready to roast them on the pit. So I wanted us to get the opportunity to kind of like just, shine a light on some positive brothers. Thank you, Trav. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Keith, for coming on. Uh, Again, it's whatever topic y'all want to throw out there. We're going to talk about it. We're going to hopefully add something to it, subtract, and multiply. No division. So,
Hmm.
get a chance, go ahead and just chime in on something. Uh, A Money, I had one for you though.
Okay.
It's kind
Let's
of
see what
comical,
you get.
and hopefully it'll kind of like break the ice with the other brothers, and they'll chime in as well.
Okay.
Thanksgiving is coming.
Mm,
What is the one dish, bro? The one
mm.
dish we can do without.
I can do without.
We can do without.
Ah, that cranberry sauce. Ah, that's the first thing about it. Yeah, don't look shocked. Don't
What?
look shocked. Yeah, I have never been a big fan of cranberry. Nah, nah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. That thing can accidentally fall off the table, and I'm good with it.
Man, cranberry sauce is like the little oomph in the meal. Once you fix your big old plate, you just throw that cranberry sauce. Y'all get it out the can with the little ridges. Just slice
Yeah,
it and just pop that on there.
it's no place at the table for that, bro. No
Ah,
place. N- now I got family members, people up in this household too who love it, but as far
mm,
as I'm concerned, I'll pass it around the table and keep it moving.
mm.
How
Man,
about yourself?
I don't like the surprise salad.
Mm,
I gotta know what's in. I gotta know. Don't tell me. Oh well, it's something. Oh it's something. I came up with. Oh it's
mm.
no. If I can't recognize it, I can't eat it. You got to tell me what's the contents of this unique salad.
Yes, yes, I'm
Yeah.
in agreement with that. I'm totally in agreement with that. A surprise salad.
Anthony
Yeah.
said, "I'm with you, eh?"
Appreciate it, Aunt. Glad I'm not alone in that one.
Man, I'm telling you, okay. So let me ask everybody this, since y'all in agreement, and we waiting on the other brothers and possibly sisters to chime in as well. So that's the least
Hmm.
thing that you can do without on that table. On that table, what is the most important thing that has to be at the table during Thanksgiving?
The thing that's a must have.
Gotta have it. Better not have a Thanksgiving without this right chimp.
Jeez. Well, you already know mines, man. I done talked about this a couple of times, man. I hate to even go down that road again because it's still a little too early for me to talk about it. But hey, just in case some of the folks out there don't know what I'm talking about, man,
Mm,
don't judge me when I throw this out here too.
mm.
It is chitterlings. Oh yeah, that's the
Chitterlings.
chitterlings. Chitterlings.
Chitterlings.
Let it roll off your tongue. Let it roll off your tongue.
Boy, it is
Chitterlings.
chitterlings, y'all.
That's right. That's right. That's a
Ain't nothing wrong
must.
with that.
That's a
Gotta have it.
must. Yes, man. Yes, sir. Like I said, that's like my gosh, that's like my steak and shrimp on a Thanksgiving.
Your
Look
steak
at it.
and shrimp on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, look at me, man. I'm sitting up here daydreaming about it now.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Hey, you do you, bro. Go ahead. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And it's not too early because think about it. I mean, there's going to be somebody out there that is going to be working very diligently on Thanksgiving morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. They're going to be pulling, they're going to be scraping, they're going to be boiling, they're going to be chopping,
Mm.
they're going to be preparing that
Oh yeah.
delicacy that you love.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Looking forward to that.
Look at him, it's like,
uh,
oh man, that is funny. That is funny. Whoa, okay, man,
from the patio.
from the patio.
Oh shoot. Huh.
Hey man, hmm,
Uh, yeah,
hmm.
we about due. We about due.
What,
I think
what
we're
we
just
about to do?
still trying to wait for the COVID numbers to continue to drop, which it looks like they are. And
Yeah,
shoot, yeah, we can certainly take it on the road.
take it on the road. ATRT
Have
road
you
trip.
on? Have possibly have you on as a guest too, KB?
Hey, yeah, that would be man. That would be something, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Turkey and stuffing. I hear you, Aunt. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. It
Can't
has
go
to be
wrong with
juicy. You have to be juicy turkey though. It can't be that dry stuff. I done had plenty of that
it.
dry, bro. Boy,
Ooh-wee.
ain't nothing worse than trying to woo choke that down.
Mm, mm,
Now
mm,
then I might grab a side of your cranberry sauce with that.
mm.
Help moisten that thing up.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Hey, yeah, yeah. You gotta have a good turkey. So okay, so are you a regular old like roasted turkey or you go smoke, barbecue? What's the deal?
Dad's and spoiled me, man. Pretty much the whole family. Ever since he started doing the fried turkeys,
Mm-hmm,
psh, I can't go back to the oven. I'll do it if it's a must. It's a have to, but
mm-hmm.
my preference is definitely fried turkey.
Fried turkey, man. Yeah,
Yes,
that thing
yes.
is good, boy. Ooh, yeah, I remember those days, man. My aunt used to. Ooh, she would drop a fried turkey at a heartbeat, boy. All
Ain't
that
nothing.
garlic and that juice and that Tony ketchup.
Ooh,
Ooh,
well, ain't nothing
ooh.
like it. It's nothing like it. Uh, hey, money, you owe me a visit. You were right about that, dog. I'm way overdue, man. I'm way overdue since you done relocated from the Queen City. Yeah, I haven't forgot. I'm gonna check you out, bro. Trust and believe. I'm gonna check you out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hope you holding it. Well, I know you already holding it down where you at. So keep doing you, man. Like I said, I'm gonna be down there soon to check you out.
That boy talking
Yeah, I
about
can tell. So
smoke.
I could tell some stories. Me and KB could tell some stories, man, about some stuff we used to do.
What?
Funny
Oh,
stuff, funny stuff.
okay,
But I ain't
okay.
gonna unveil it over here. Uh,
Ain't nothing right, nothing wrong with that. We all,
Funny
ah,
stuff, CD. Funny stuff. Gosh.
mm, 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 mm. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. So, family, if you join us tonight on At the Roundtable Podcast Show, it is the What You Talking About Wednesday edition, brother style. Because I got to see how A Money and Miss Pitbull and the Dress was holding it down. They just had me dying, boy. I'm telling you. And it's just like, yo, I had to get in on that. I want some of that energy. I want some of that. So, oh, KB got one for you, man.
Oh, what's y'all thoughts on a seafood Thanksgiving?
Mm,
Hey, you know what, KB? The funny thing about it is that me and with the shortage of food that seems to be taking place and the skyrocketing prices, we were actually considering about doing a non-traditional Thanksgiving, possibly.
mm,
Maybe lasagna or something to that extent. A seafood Thanksgiving, I wouldn't have a problem with that. The thing that is most important is having, if possible, sharing that with your loved ones. That's the main thing. Food is just the icing on the cake, but as far as just being able to hopefully come together with family and friends and loved ones, that's Thanksgiving for me. But that seafood Thanksgiving sounds like a good idea.
anytime.
I'm assuming that's what you might be doing this year.
Yeah, KB, you doing seafood? And if so, what's the spread gonna be like?
Yes, sir.
Shoot, man.
Hmm.
Think you got a
That's
family around the table and you ain't got nothing but crab and shrimp and
sheesh, boy.
fish.
Yeah,
Ouch.
boy. Yeah,
Whew.
that's you start setting yourself up to catch that itis after that.
Man, that's a show enough itis right there.
Yes.
Ah,
Hey, hey, Terry.
what's going on, daughter? On at the round table. So tonight is another What You Talking About Wednesday. So whatever y'all want to bring to the table, we're gonna discuss it. Um, we already talked about the seafood Thanksgiving. Ugh,
Mm-hmm.
wow,
Mm-hmm.
I can just picture it.
Me too.
When you see that, I just saw like everybody with bibs on and just like a full like table full of seafood, and just all you hear is cracking and snacking.
Yeah, man, that's a good one. So Anthony says it sounds good. That does. That certainly does
Mm-hmm,
sound good.
mm-hmm,
Yeah. So kind of piggybacking off of that, while we still
mm,
waiting for our family to shoot us some show ideas, topics
mm.
of discussion. Coke versus Pepsi on Thanksgiving. Coke versus Pepsi. I
Mm.
know it may not be a whole lot of people that drink sodas, but I know you didn't try both of those. Which one is your go-to? Coke versus Pepsi.
Gotta go with Coke, man.
Really?
Gotta go with Coke. I'm a Coke guy. It's just something about Coke. Pepsi and a Crush or a Rush or it ain't nothing to me, but Coke is it.
Hmm. All right. I was about to say Pepsi is my go-to. Boy, yeah, I can definitely drink some Pepsi over some Coke.
Mm. Now, don't get me wrong. It seems like the sodas, kind of piggybacking off that, they don't taste the way they used to.
No, they don't. Mm-mm,
You know, I
mm-mm.
think what got me, and I'm not a big soda fan. I mean, once in a while I'll have one if I just get a taste, sort of like summertime and we're all out and about. And somebody say, "You want some drink?" And I just see a Coke. I may grab it and just nurse it or whatever. But it just seemed like when they just started messing around with the flavor and just doing all kinds of stuff, let's do Coke Zero, let's do Coke One, let's do, Super Coke,
Yeah.
whatever. It just took away from the original. That
Yes,
ooh, that Coke, that sweetness, that
I totally agree. I agree with that. I don't know what they were thinking about when they started eliminating real sugar from the products.
oh, this is a good one right here. Dennis said Coke, as I need a bourbon and a Coke. Good point, Dennis. Never go to a bar and you hear them say a bourbon and a Pepsi.
This is true. This is true.
Good one, Dennis.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Can't disagree with that.
Okay. Pepsi. Oh, wow.
There you go, Terry. There you go. I'm sleeping on that cherry Pepsi. I forgot about that one. Did you guys see all those Trump supporters that were waiting outside for a dead Kennedy to come back and say he's alive and be Trump's vice president? I have missed that. I missed that.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I'm sure it is. If you're sharing that with us, that's somewhat sad. I ain't gonna say that's laughable, but it's somewhat sad and scary for
Mm-mm.
people to be out here who thinks situations like that or trust to believe that that's actually possible. Boy, I can take that in so many different directions.
For real. For real. For real. It makes you wonder, like, what's the mental state?
Yes, yes.
You know.
Let alone some of these people we know who over the last 4 years has actually representing their states in the Senate as well as the House. Some of those people that are your representatives have those same beliefs. That's
Yeah.
scary. Yeah, yeah. Cuckoo
Good
from
point.
Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, that I mean, boy, mentally,
Mm-mm.
wow. Know what to say about that.
Yeah.
But keep you in prayer.
Good point.
Handle you with a long wooden spoon, though.
Good point. Good point. Please don't. Yeah. And on that note, oh man, there was something that somebody was talking about today, which I wanted to bring up. It was so funny. Um, I don't even know if I should bring it up or not. It was on TMZ. It might be on TMZ.
Hey, man, we sitting at the round table. Anything goes. Go ahead and share it if you remember it.
Okay, so I saw on TMZ today. There's a there's a young lady that's out of Texas, and it was just it, it was funny, but then also it was serious as far as the responsibility factor, and that's where I was taking from. First, I
Mm,
thought it was funny when I first heard the excerpt of it on TMZ, but as they went into the story, it made me question as well. So, okay, so this young lady, she's out of Texas. She's known as the pole assassin. All right, so
oh,
the pole assassin. Okay,
oh.
so she had a Halloween event at her
Mm,
house in which she was letting people, like kids and such, come through. Like her backyard was set up kind of like a maze or whatever sort, in which you could, see certain things, get scared or whatever. Now, granted, she has a pet monkey. Okay, so already out the gate, I know you're ready to laugh.
yeah, a
Okay,
pet monkey. Yeah.
a pet monkey. Okay, so here's the story. So basically, she had her backyard set up so people could go through and kids could go through and be scared, ooh, and get candy, whatever. But further on, the monkey was locked up. Okay, so this one kid gonna call himself, instead of following the instructions of things being blocked off and a sign saying do not, he's gonna call himself to go back there, and he stuck his hand in there and that monkey bit him. So of course, the story, there was some other layers to it. And I'm not even gonna get into it as far as who her boyfriend is and da da da. But it made me question. Okay, so you let your child go to an event like this. It made me question whether or not if that child didn't listen to what was being said. They said don't go back there. Sign saying it was blocked off. Go back there. Stick my hand in there. Get bit. So now the question is that do you think Miss Pole Assassin. I don't know her real name, but Miss Pole Assassin. Is she responsible,
I heard a
or
little
does
bit
she
of.
have a, or is it valid that fact that she blocked everything off and she had a sign saying not? And I'm sure the young man could read because I think he was like 11 years old. But it's like, would you think she's responsible for that, or is it another case of you got a hard headed kid, you got to pay attention, listen to instructions, listen to grown folks?
That one.
Mhm.
Oh, that's our third member right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that break in. Um, I can see your point with that too, CD. Um, but again, depending on the how the age of the young man, I think it was a young boy that got bit.
Hmm.
Um, and not to judge the young lady. I think she was an entertainer at one point.
Yeah.
Okay, so as
Oh,
a
she
parent,
is.
as a parent, anybody who goes by the name of the pole assassin and has a pet monkey, you can best believe I'm gonna be there supervising my child, making sure that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, or maybe not even having him go over there at all. A pet monkey. Yeah, if she had it separate in a certain area and it was told to them as well as it was signage stating not to go in this area, then yeah, you can't really blame her. You can't really blame her.
Terry said, no, animals are property. Courts don't look at what animals do, but what owners do. Were
Mm,
they negligent? In this case, no, so they aren't responsible.
hmm.
Good point.
Good. Yeah.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
Excellent point.
Yeah. Thought that was kind of interesting because when the story first came out, I was listening to it. I was like, "What the monkey?" And it's just like it, left field, Hey, but then they added to it, and it's like I'm glad I listened to the full extent of it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, that was a good one.
Ooh, good question, Terry. Okay,
So,
I
how
like
are
it.
people handling the holidays this year? I see the stores are doing virtual Black Friday already. I feel like how people do holidays tell you the state of the world. Yeah, that
Hmm,
is a good one.
very good one. Very good
Hmm.
one. Hmm. What about you, A Money?
Oh, as far as her comment,
Yeah, how you doing holidays?
um,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the Black Friday phenomenon. If I do participate in it, it would probably be online at this point. I remember
Hmm.
I had a part time job where real brief, real quick statement that I had to work a retail store during that
Hmm.
Black Friday, and let me tell you, I don't know how people do it. That's not anything I want to be a part of or take part in.
Hmm.
I only had to experience once, had to only experience it once to know that I would never want to experience that again.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely interesting.
Mm.
I'm with you on that. I remember back in the day when we were younger, used to be the ooh, after Thanksgiving, ate, you're gonna rest and stuff, and then hey, we're gonna get out there and we're gonna hit the malls and da da da. Man, let me tell you, Amazon is amazing to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Order it
Yes.
and click I want it tomorrow between this time, and it's there between that time. The only trouble you having is breaking down the boxes.
Yeah, it don't even seem like they being affected at all. I haven't bought anything lately on there. I know my wife just recently bought something, but I don't think it was any backlog or delay in shipments or anything like that. So, yeah, apparently they still managing during this the tail end of this pandemic.
Yeah, yeah, they are. Let me tell you, they're making a killing. and they rolling. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. Now, the only thing I think is going to stop, kind of hinder is some of the product that may be sitting on them barges, on those
Yes.
boats rather, and stuff like that. A lot of people are concerned with, but yeah, they
Hmm.
haven't missed the beat at all. It seems like.
Not at all. Not at all.
Ooh, ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, 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 hey, money
Jeez. Oh, Ant, you coming out swinging, ain't you?
to the fences,
You
y'all.
coming? We asked for it though. It
We
is.
did.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I I did have a chance to actually watch the special that I think is causing a lot of uproar. Um, I didn't find anything offensive with what he anything in his performance. Now, to each their own.
Right.
Everybody's gonna have their own opinion, and
Hmm.
that's I don't have any problem with anybody disagreeing with me on that. I do know Dave is a equal opportunist, so you can best believe he's working his way around. Everybody is gonna get some, but the thing about it, the thing about it though is all derived from a friend who he befriended, uh, uh, a young woman that was transitioning. That he talked about their friendship.
Right.
It was some funny bits in it. He was talking about their friendship. My thing, again, after listening to the story, if you got listen to the story in full, I'm not for certain if everybody is listening to it in full, but if you listen to it in full, he brought it back around
Hmm.
and pretty much said, I support her. I don't have any problem with the LGBT community at all. And then her family ended up coming out and actually supporting Dave in his efforts, his show. She said that she wanted to be a comedian. She
Mm.
would she and I don't want to tell too much of it though.
Right.
So,
Right.
but I again, just in my opinion, I certainly didn't see anything wrong in it. It's that politically correct culture again, and I don't have any problem with some quorum whenever you're dealing with certain things, but a
Mm.
comedy show, a
Mm.
comedy show is what it is. You're touching on
Mm.
all spectrums of life and news and everything, and you're coming there to laugh. Sometimes, you it's some uncomfortable moments, but hey, that's what a comedy show is.
Good point. Man, I love how you did that. Good point. Dennis said, I mean, you choose to pay for Netflix, you choose to watch it. Maybe choose to keep quiet and move on with your day if your feelings are hurt. What Dennis say? What? Why are you swinging for the fence with what? Oh, man.
Hashtag truths with that.
Truth. Terry said, I'm sorry, but if you were offended, you're an idiot. The whole special was literally about how he has no problem with that community. He said
Hmm.
he wanted to know how they got more protection from the government than black people who have been fighting for hundreds of years.
Well said.
Wow.
Well said, Terry.
Well
Well
said.
said. Hmm.
Here's the thing. I gotta throw in on that comment rather. I'm gonna
Hmm.
comment on it. Here's what I've noticed is the fact. I've talked to a couple of brothers, a couple of people who watch the show and everything as well. Um, People don't realize that comedians are literally the voice of the community. Many times when the community wants to be silent, and what they do is they provide laughter, but yet they hit on some very poignant issues many times.
Hmm.
Um, Dave did. He was trying to bring. He did bring everything back around, and it's not. And I think here's what is interesting is that many times we as a society we have a tendency to chop things up and take pieces that fits what I'm trying to prove. Not
Hmm.
I'm not saying I'm trying to prove something, y'all. I'm just saying that's how society is. We'll chop something up and we'll take that one piece and we'll ride it till the wheels fall off to prove our point,
Hmm.
rather than listen to the full context of what it is and then discern a viable response and result to that. when he did that, he said he was talking about the baby. The irony is that everybody talked about, you know, that, and then it led into basically, it's going to be a walkout by means of Netflix and certain Netflix employees that have that lifestyle, and then of course the president and CEO, he had to get on there and say his piece regarding it and such. I'm trying to think
Mm,
of a more tactful way to put it, but it's just so much of an uproar that happened behind it.
mm,
But at the same time, I'm surprised that the baby didn't call and get on him about airing out his business. Oh, but
mm.
wait a minute. The baby, I mean, if y'all go do your research and such, you can find the full context as far as what was going on with the baby and stuff.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I think, everybody just, it's one of those situations. I think everybody jumped on and was really trying to like rah rah and hang him and stuff about it. But there's a couple of things. I mean, he made point of it to kind of like wake people up as far as here's the flip side to it. If you're
Yes.
serious about a cause, you're gonna press the cause. You're gonna be passionate about the cause. And then also to also look at what has happened, the reason why you should be passionate about certain causes. You should be passionate about what you do, and you shouldn't take everything at face value. And I think that's what he was really trying to say,
Mhm.
but in a comedic way.
Yes.
It was just interesting to me that it just blew up so big. But if you look throughout the history of comedy, there has always been comedy that has poked the bear, so to speak, on certain issues. And I mean, from certain ways and words that have been said about women to, of course, certain lifestyle preferences to finances to social hierarchy to whatever. It's all these things, and that's what comedy does. It provides a relief, and it also provides us an opportunity to kind of have an aha moment and look at what's going on.
Mhm. Mhm.
um Now, one of the things I did propose and speak to someone about it regarding Dave Chappelle. Here's what's going on, people. Dave Chappelle don't have to do a Netflix
Mm.
show at all.
Mm.
You're looking at a brother that walked away from over $50 million years ago. He doesn't have to do the show. He did it though. And here's another thing. He was doing shows during COVID that were intimate affairs and had celebrities and people of that type of community there at the show.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, it's a catch 22, I think, regarding it. And I think a lot of times, you know, people get so sensitive about certain things, but there's other things that are going on that we really need to be privy to as well. We need to treat all of them, you know, in an equal way, and be
Mhm.
passionate about all of them in an equal way. Um,
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of interesting. Anthony said, "I'm with him. Freedom of speech. It's comedy." Good
So
point.
true. So true.
Terry said, if all of a sudden it is reported that he committed suicide, I hope to God no one believes that and fights for justice. This seems to be the pattern these days. Wow.
Mhm.
Good point.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But as you just got through articulating, you have to watch everything to its fullest.
Hmm.
You, like you said, the danger of it is when certain parts of it, 10-second snippet is just taken and thrown through social media and it's taken out of context because you're not really seeing the full show or the full story that was attached to it. And that can be somewhat dangerous too, and misleading and misunderstanding the point that he was trying to bring forward in the show. That's one of the things I like about Dave. He like I said, he pushed some buttons, but again, it's an agenda, and it's an agenda. The agenda is for that help you see things that you might be overlooking. And it's nothing ever vicious with what he's saying, but it's just one of those things that he always have you sitting back and saying, huh,
Mm.
and look at it like that. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that. That's what you call a talent showcasing his art, gifted art. And like you said, he don't have to do it. And there's a lot of comedians right now who are saying that they're not doing stand up anymore. That's the other danger. Running these people out of business.
Kira said, as a woman, I'm wrong if I say I'm a real woman. I'm wrong if I call my son a boy or my daughter a girl. This whole way of life can kiss my butt respectively.
Yeah, it's confusing times. I'm not going to even say that it is. It's certainly some confusing times right now. The only thing that you can do is, my opinion, just be open and just treat everybody with respect. That's the main thing. Respect. Well, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
to the
that's it,
best of
man.
your ability. Yeah.
That's it. And the irony is, and I may be that person that's beating a dead horse, but I'm gonna put it out there. Ever since a certain individual took office, it seemed as though the limiters were taken off of who we are as individuals and how we treat each other. It just seems like it was just like it was all she wrote. Hey, we gonna run through hell with gasoline draws. Basically, was the mentality because everyone did not have that concept of that's my brother, that's my sister. Let me be, like you said, let me be respectful to them.
Hmm.
It's been wide open, and there are things that we as individuals we're allowing to happen, um, without any consideration of that other person's feelings. You
Yes.
know, I think that if we really before we start making snap judgments and comments about certain things, ready to jump on bandwagons and things of that nature. Here's my thing. I tell everybody this: just hold up before you even make a statement. Hold up before you even make that post on social media, trying to chime in on something that you're catching the tail end of. Go do
Hmm.
your research first. Go walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. Go listen to that individual or individuals and stuff. And let's stop being quote unquote the water cooler TMZs and ready to just throw everything out there because we're trying to prove a point and we don't have. If I could tell you so many times I've listened to individuals on social media outlets and such, and they just are dropping all kinds of quote unquote knowledge, and there's no bearing to them whatsoever, and it makes you wonder, like, is this the state of the world that we are bequeathing our great our grandchildren, our great grandchildren? This is what we're handing off to them. That you can just say anything that you want. You can be just disheartened. You can just be negative. You can just whatever the case may be, and not have no respect, no concern of your fellow man. It's crazy to me.
Well
They made an
said.
untitled film that is being dropped and shunned because of this. It has to do with the George Floyd. Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm,
And let me tell you, that is one of the reasons why Dave. If I just wish people beside the Netflix show, I wish you could go back and watch the other shows that he did, like the real private affairs and stuff that he did. You know, if you could go and watch those and listen to him and the things that he said there, I'm surprised that nobody jumped on him then or said anything then. But it's one of those. It's those shows he really made you like think. I mean, it was
mm,
like it was funny, but then you had to sit back and be like,
mm-hmm.
and I think that's the thing because a lot of the people that were there at those shows, like I said, they're sitting at two tables apiece and they, spaced out and they was just and the things he was dropping, it made you say, yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I think with Netflix did their job. You know, it makes them money. Was it Fallout? Yes, but at the end of the day, like my boy said, you can watch it or you can cut it off. I mean,
Exactly.
I don't know. There's a lot I could say about it, but we ain't got time and probably open up a can of worms. But hey, whatever. But I just think, we really, all of us as individuals, whether you be part of the LGBTQ community, whether you be African American, whether you be Laotian, Asian, whatever case may be, we all need to start having a different concept when it comes to interacting with each other and stop being so decisive and just negative and stuff. And let's just pump the brakes and start thinking and listening.
Well said. Well said, man. It makes the world an ugly place.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Terry
Interesting.
coming with it too.
She
Well,
bringing fire.
she done went out
Wow.
there and brought in a switch, sitting up
Yeah.
here lighting people up. Hmm.
I put it this way: if if a certain other individual was on the show right now, I guarantee she would be saying about the agenda. I can guarantee she'll be dropping this stuff and
Yeah,
how things are different.
yeah. AKA the Pied Piper.
I'll tell you, it's God, I wish she was here. I wish she was here. She'd be going in on it. I
Yeah.
don't do it any justice. You don't do it any justice. I
Mm-mm.
wish our sister was here because
Nah,
yeah, it is
that's
different.
yes.
It is truly different on these sides of the track, so to speak. It is interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're right about that. She would have took hold of that one and ran with it.
Here's what I'm questioning. And I'm just gonna throw it out there, and people, you can chime in if you want and stuff like that. Let me ask you this question, and I'm not sure if anybody else will listen to this show later on or whatever. So, and if they do, I wish they pass it along, things of that nature. But let me ask you this question: with the things that Dave Chappelle said, if George Carlin would have made statements like that, what do you think the response would be?
Hmm.
And people, if you're listening right now, if you don't know, I knew it. I knew somebody was gonna say that. Google George Carlin comedian. Google him. Then
Old
listen
school
to him.
comedian.
Huh?
Mm. Old school comedian.
Yeah. Go listen to him. George Carlin. Go listen to him.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what Dave was saying. Um, I don't think it would have. I believe he would have got some backlash, but I don't think it would have been quite as much as what Dave has been getting.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Mm-hmm.
What you think?
I'm kind of thinking. I'm kind of thinking along the same lines. I think the intensity that Dave received would not have been equal to what George Carlin would have received. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But see, this is the thing that this is the thing that I love. I love the fact that when I was born, is the fact that I got to see and listen to many comedians that that expressed different concepts and different ideologies and different things that occurred during
Hmm.
those times up until probably 10, 15 years ago, because that's when comedy really changed. A lot of individuals who were in the game, they weren't going on tours like they used to. Um, and a lot of them that are getting back into the game right now, they're not doing big houses anymore. They're doing little small intimate affairs, you know, kind of like same thing like in the music industry somewhat. Um, it's crazy. To me it's interesting. I think coming up during that time, listening to all those individuals, they pushed the envelope. They pushed the envelope to no end.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, yes. what we hearing today wouldn't even touch some of the stuff
Mm-mm.
15, 20 years ago.
Watered
Actually
down.
25 to 30, really.
Yeah, yeah, watered down. Really, I mean, that was during. I mean, but now, a lot of I remember Steve Harvey and a couple other comedians. They were saying that very same thing about how what's being written right now is being written because of how times have changed, and they have to adhere to that in a sense. Um, but yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Okay, Terry, shoot,
Mm,
drop us a message on that and stuff. DM me or DM A Money directly regarding that topic, so we
can't
can
wait to hear
definitely,
this.
yeah. Terry said Dave said that you are black before you are gay, and that's what made them mad.
Mm, mm.
It was if hey people, if y'all haven't watched it, go watch that.
Please,
Go
please.
watch that. Don't take what we saying. Go watch
Hmm.
it, and then you discern for yourself
Hmm.
what you think. Um,
Absolutely.
it was interesting.
It was. And shoot, if you do that, come back and share the comments on this show.
Yeah,
We love going back and reading those.
yeah, most definitely.
All right. Well, that was a good one. Who threw that out there? Was it Ant?
I think it was yeah, Anthony did that. Tuck.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one right there. Uh-huh.
That was a real good one. Might have to bring that up again when we
Hmm.
get our sis on. I
Yeah.
know she gonna be dropping some knowledge.
And Terry, yeah, don't forget the like Carrie said, the DM us
Hmm.
with your suggestions. I know we getting ready to hit that time, but I got one more for you.
Okay.
Now this is going to be a controversial one. This is no right or wrong in this.
Okay.
All right. Should government regulate pregnancy to help reduce population?
Mm.
Hashtag China.
I was about to say that's
Hmm.
Jonathan. Yeah. Um.
Do you think that Big Brother should be putting their hands in your private affairs and regulating how many children that you can have in order to help with the population growth, or stop the population growth around you know
Hmm.
just take.
Um. If you asking me, I say no.
Hmm.
But it's a twofold answer. I don't think I don't think government should be allowed to do that because here's the thing. Nah, that's getting too. I'm getting too militant now, boy. I'm getting like Mel now. I had a dope answer, but I'm like, nah, I'll let her do that. That's her forte in the sense. But I don't think it's fair for that to occur because I think we oh, wait a minute. Terry just posted something. That might kind of help with my answer. She said, people don't have a problem getting government welfare for their kids. You want them to intervene or you don't. Got to pick a side. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I should have brought
Hmm.
that one up a little early.
I knew you were going to say that. Here's the thing. She kind of alluded to what I was about to go to. I don't think that the government should intervene when it comes to population control. In other words, saying um, you're only allowed to have 1.5 children in your home, or the maximum is two if you make X amount of money. I don't think the government should do that because again, we supposed to live in a society in which we have freedom of speech, we have freedom of this, we have that. Then if we feel as though we can take care of a family like that, then we should be able to take a family like that. Oh, she threw out another thing. I can't say my answer without having to read this. She said the government's job is to do what's best for the majority. So if population is an issue or whatever else, then they got to have a plan.
Mhm.
Good point.
See, very good point.
Very good point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's where the train comes off the rails. We've already seen that the government is trying to already, and I think this is where the catch-22 in a sense is. The government is already trying to say that a woman can't have rights over her own body. They're already said in what state of Texas that you can't have an abortion. So you got a lot of women that are leaving the state in order to go and have abortions elsewhere. Okay, that's a form of population control, whether you realize it or not. Because now what you're saying is woman can't get rid of the child. So that means that child is now being brought into this society. Now, if the woman feels strongly that she doesn't want to have a child because something happened to her by means of she was raped, molested, whatever the case may be, you're telling her she can't have an abortion. So now you brought that child into the world. Now she doesn't want to have anything to do with that child. So now that child becomes part of the system. All right. So now you brought a child into the world, but now you're flipping it, and now you're saying too that it's population control. We can't have too many children. So now you got to make this type of income in order to bring in these children. Just an example. Somewhere along the line, like Terry said, you got to pick a side. I don't think there needs to be any type of population control. I think if you feel as though you can have babies and you can take care of them, then take care of them. Where I do have an issue is brothers and sisters, and I'm not saying by color, y'all. I'm just saying brothers and sisters because we're all brothers and sisters under one God.
Mm.
But what I'm saying is men and women that are going out here and they're having a lot of children and they're not doing their due diligence, not paying child support, using child support funds for other things rather than the children, trying to milk the system. More babies mean more check. Those things. I think then what should happen is that, and I give you a prime example. There's a brother that is running around, and I'll say brother, because I know of this because I read the story in New York with 22 kids by 22 different women.
Wow.
And don't pay child support on none of them. Has been in court several times because of child support. This is somebody who's just wantonly just going around, just doing his due, and he's trying to populate the land. But it's unfair because then what happens is the child doesn't get its just due. So therefore now the mother or mothers are now into the system. And then who's to say if she has more kids by another guy or whatever sort, and they're not doing well. So then, it's just perpetuating a cycle. So while I think it's one of those situations in which you can't really say yeah it should be and no it shouldn't be. I don't think it should be, but I think for individuals that in a sense milk and disarm the system, I think there should be control over them. I think something needs to be done about them. I think they need to be held accountable. I had a very lengthy discussion one time with a certain hotel that is very well known. And I'm not going to name his name because then, he'll be ready to go ahead and hit me up and blah, blah, blah and stuff. And we'll be back at it again. But I remember he and I had a discussion on a show. And he said that it is not fair for a sister to be out here with a child. And it is up to society to take care of that child by means of welfare and stuff. He really validated the fact that society is supposed to be the ones and, pay welfare, pay into the system so therefore she can have welfare. I believe in welfare, but I believe in welfare to a certain extent. I believe in welfare until that individual can get back onto their feet. I think that's very important. There's a lot of people that are out here that are utilizing the system, and it's not, and I'm throwing this out here as well, it's not just primarily African Americans that are constantly in the system. There's a lot of different races that are into the system, and there's a lot of different races that are in the system that are milking it right now because that's all they've known. It's generational in a sense. Their parents have been on it, and now they're on it as well, and they think that is the cycle of life, and it's not. We are supposed to take care of ours. We're also supposed to encourage and enlighten them to be better. Like I said, give a man a fish, teach a man a fish.
Mm-hmm. So, Let's see. So Terry says, I have asked the same question for years. How come a woman can kill a baby if she doesn't want it, but a man can't choose to be in a baby's life if they don't want it?
Mm,
That's a deep one. Ant says only if it's a real, if only if it's really a problem, and that's in reference to population control. Terry states that there's an answer and one, excuse me, there's an answer and none of us wants to hear it, myself included at one point. Don't have sex before or outside of marriage. Abortion rates would plummet. Good point.
good point.
Hmm.
Very, very good point. And see, that's the thing. And it's a catch-22. And that's why, I love these discussions because it really allows you to kind of like peel the layers off the onion, so to speak. Because the only way in which we can have these babies is if you have sex. So if you're married and it's two of you in a household and stuff, and you're doing that, then hopefully you both are financially stable enough in order to be able to take care of that one child, 2.5 children with a dog and white picket fence. But if you're not, and you're just out here having sex and such, and you don't have the ways and means in order to take care of a child, then that goes back to the educational part of it. Who's teaching you when you're young the ramifications of if you have unprotected sex or if you have sex outside of your marriage and stuff? There's so many different layers to this thing. And like she said, if say for example, if every child going forward in 2022 came into the world and they didn't have sex until they got married, she's right. Abortion rates would plummet. Children coming into the world out of wedlock or whatever sort would definitely decline. And then, but then there will probably be a situation in which you be like, how come there's not as many babies as it was 10 years ago per the census and blah blah blah. So it's one of those things in which hey, it's like you either do it the right way or you don't do it the right way. This is ramifications if you don't do it the right way, and then from that leads a whole nother branch in the street.
Hmm. Hmm.
Good one.
Sex was created for reproduction, so if you don't want a baby, don't have sex, especially teenagers. Abstinence isn't just about religion, it's about using common sense. True. So
Very
true.
true.
Yeah, y'all been dropping it tonight. I
Yeah,
love
they
it.
they
Like you
come
said, I
over.
love these conversations.
Yeah, man, it kind of opens your eyes and it really makes you kind of like think, like,
Hmm.
and I'm
See, I'm on the fence with it. I'm on the fence. I could argue both sides, but I thought that was certainly I was. That's why I said there's no right or wrong answer in this one.
yeah, it's just I guess it's your position in life really is
Yes.
the thing that's going to dedicate or delegate, excuse me, what what you think needs to occur. Because I mean, there's some people out here, to be honest with you, um, that are married and they're just simply into their careers and stuff, and they do not feel like bringing a child into the world, and they've done that, and then it'd be years, it'd be years later in which you've got a 40-something-year-old woman that is now ready to have a child. Well, that puts her in a certain situation because then her health is at risk by having a
Hmm.
child at that time.
Hmm.
So then
Hmm.
what ends up happening per se if then she does and she gets her embryo, and then she dies because of this. Well, then the child, one of the worst situations with the child may become part of the system, or it's so many different layers to the onion, so to speak.
It is. Most
So
certainly is.
and who brought
Yes.
that up? Was it Terry
Oh,
or
the
you?
population. Oh, that was
Yeah,
me, bro. Yeah.
you. Man, God, Lee G got my head sweating over here. Hmm, Man, you dropped a good one too, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Terry, real quick. So she says, now there are exceptions. I'm married, used protection, still got pregnant, but I know nothing is 100%, and I chose to partake in those activities.
Good point.
Hmm.
Good response. Yeah, it's, you want to go to the dance?
Yeah. Yeah,
Pay for the ticket.
that's it. That's it. That's it.
Well, ain't money.
Man, it's been a fun one, man. This been a
Man,
fun one.
yeah, man. I'm so glad you allowed me to go ahead and throw another what you talking about Wednesday
Oh
out
man,
there. Man.
please.
This was dope.
You know, I love those
Yeah,
people.
this
Yeah,
man.
anything's on the table. That's what I like.
And here, I want to challenge y'all. If you're listening right now, if you can do us a favor this evening, because there were a lot of topics that came to the table, from funny to we just got down and serious, and it's 7:30 right now. I need you. We need you to share this particular show. We would love to see what the responses would be, with everyone regarding these topics, and hopefully it will allow people to just have a moment. You know, just like I said earlier, pump the brakes,
Hmm.
listen, do your research, then respond. If you can share this, if each one of y'all can share this with three people, that would be a blessing. Anthony, you see that response, man?
Ah, yeah. Sex is the gift and the curse.
Yep. Good point.
True.
Very
True.
good point.
So true. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. Appreciate that, Terry. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Share it to three people, y'all, and then ask them to share it with three people. Let's see what type of responses we can get. Let's see if we could really just think outside the box and kind of like maybe communicate. Let's see.
Hey, that's how change happen. Just
Yes,
about
indeed.
talking. Hmm.
Yes, indeed. Well, bruh, that time.
Yeah, another one in the books, man. Another one in the books. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I appreciate our families coming out and joining us this evening and taking the time out to give your perspectives on some of these topics because, like we always say, it's a number of things that you could be doing, but the blessing is that you took the time out to come and join us and spend a little bit of time with us. So it's greatly appreciated.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And family, if you get a chance again, share this show. And also, if you get a chance to be a blessing to somebody else, give them a positive word, lift them up. We need that now more than ever. So
Mm.
it's your people here at the People's Podcast Show. My man A Money, Adrian Biddle, myself, Kerry Digsby.
The
Thank
man
you
that
for joining
stirs
us.
the drink, right? The conductor himself.
Yes, indeed. And we will see y'all again real soon. Y'all be blessed. Peace.